What's up, family? Back out here in nature again. It's cold. It's cold. The breeze is blowing. I'm freezing. I got my gloves on. I'm still cold. But I want to have a heart to heart with you guys. I got this little thing covering my microphone. It's supposed to knock out the wind sound so much, so hopefully you guys don't hear the air too bad. And the breeze has calmed down, thankfully. Family, I want to have a heart to heart with you guys. Excuse me, I'm uncomfortable because I'm freezing. My fingers are frozen, my toes are cold. I came out here because I did a session a little bit ago and my phone died, so I had to walk around for a little while, let my battery charge back up. It's going to be a heart to heart. Family, we have to grow up. And we have to become comfortable in our own skin. You know what I mean? We have to become comfortable in our own skin. And you got to know who you are. You know what I mean? Because, man, if you don't know who you are, if you don't know what you're doing and why you're here, you're going to get lost. The ancients always knew that, man, people have different agendas. You know, people have always had different agendas. Stay with me, we're going somewhere today. And what I mean by that, the ancient Egyptians, the Mayans, the Aztecs, you know, the Incans, everybody knew that different people came and they came to these places of higher learning and they wanted to learn, you know, and they wanted to learn for different reasons. You know, some people want to learn to feed their ego. Some people want to be a part of these secret groups or these colleges, these universities, these schools of higher learning, you know, because they want to feed their ego. They want to prove how smart they were. They want to show the world how wise they were. You know what I mean? Stay with me. We're going somewhere. And so they had all these selfish reasons why they wanted to do it. You look at the Asians as far as Kung Fu, you know, China and Japan and Korea and all these other places. Man, you had people come from miles away to want to learn in these schools. And they wanted to learn because they wanted the title. They wanted to say that they did this at this school and they did this and they learned this and they did all this other stuff, you know. And some people came because they were humble. Some people came because they truly genuinely wanted to learn, you know, and they had good intentions. And what these ancient masters would do is, man, you got to prove how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? You know, and some of these ancient Kung Fu instructors, man, masters, they would make you wait 5 years, up to 5 years to prove how bad you wanted it. You would come from miles away and you would want to seek shelter and to be fed and to learn their style. And man, you had to show how bad you wanted it. And what I mean by that, man, you had to stand outside in the elements, in the snow, in the cold, in the rain, whatever they made you do to prove how bad you wanted it. And just because you say you want something, and if you ain't willing to put in the work for it, man, just because you say you want it, don't mean you get it. Years ago, man, I can't get comfortable. I'm freezing. It's like down to my bones. Years ago, 93. Oh, even before that, I was in Montana. And I was invited to this black and white ball, this Masonic ball. And this had to be like 89, 90. And the guy who was in charge of the Masons, the Freemasons, in Washington jurisdiction, he happened to be at this ball. And he came up and started talking to me. I wasn't even a Mason at the time. but I was invited to this ball. And he came up and he started talking to me. And he asked me if I was a Mason, and I told him no. And he just looked at me, just, and I'm a young man. I'm 89, I'm 19 years old. And he was just shaking his head because we were just having a real heart-to-heart conversation. And he was just like, dang, I guess he was impressed with how I thought, the way I articulated myself and whatever, And he told one of the other brothers to get me an application. He was like, man, you need to be a brother. You need to be a Mason. Why haven't you become one yet? And I told him, I said, man, I don't know how, I never really thought about it, And he told me, he said, man, you have everything it takes to be a Mason. You need to be one. I said, okay, cool. Thank you. I'm honored that, you think that, I didn't get the application. The person that he told to give me the application to didn't think that way about me, didn't like me, and never gave me an application, and never even talked to me about becoming a Mason. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. I didn't think any more about it. I didn't know what the Masons were. Man. Transferred, went to Guam. In 93, this man came up to me and asked me if I was a Mason. I was like, no. And the second time I don't heard about it, And I asked him, I said, what is it about, And he asked me if I wanted to be one. And he said, I've been watching you for a while. Would you like to be one? I said, man, I don't even know what it is. I don't even know what you guys do, He said, come talk to me. So, next day I showed up in his office. Mr. Jordan is his name. He was a retired Marine. Old school. And so I walked into Mr. Jordan's office, and he was sitting in his desk, and he was talking to me a little bit about Masonry, what Freemason stood for, how it came about, what they did. And I was like, oh man, that's cool. I like that, And so I was like, okay, yeah, I would like to be a part of that. How can I be a part of that? He said, let me ask you a couple questions first. He asked me, what books do I read? I start smiling, nervous because I didn't read books at that time, I thought I was too smart to read books. So I said, I don't really read too many books. He said, do you not read books, or you don't read too many books? I said, no, sir. I said, I really don't read. He said, do you know how to read? I said, yeah, I know how to read. I just don't read books. This man proceeded to cuss me out. This elderly man went off on me, cussing me out, chewed me up one wall and down the other, just going off. You young, ignorant, dumb black people, y'all don't know shit. Just going off. I'm offended. I'm mad now, right? Because first of all, you don't even know me. Second of all, I don't let nobody talk to me like that. You know what I mean? But something inside me says, shut the fuck up and just listen. You know what I mean? And so I'm standing there just letting this elderly man just cuss me out and just go off on me. And then it occurred to me, man, I was triggered and I was offended because everything he was saying was true. And I didn't want to hear it. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. I didn't want to hear what he was saying. All the stuff that he was saying was true. And it was offensive to me because it was true. And I stood there and I listened to him. He said, I want to give you this book. I want you to read this book. Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. Take this book home and read it. Come back and talk to me after you've read it. 2 days later, I was back in his office. He was like, "You didn't read that book." I said, "I did. I read the book." And I told him what the book was about. He said, "You read this whole book?" I said, "I read the whole book." And I told him everything about the book. I told him what I liked about the book, how I related to the book, to the author, what the author was talking about, and just told him all of that, right? And told him how the book could be so helpful in other young men's lives. And so he nodded his head. Told me keep the book. Gave me another book. The whole time I'm in his office, he's never letting me sit down. I can't sit down. I'm not worthy enough to sit in his office. I just got to stand in front of his desk while he sit down at his desk. You know what I mean? And so he gave me another book. Black Boy. I believe the author Richard Wright. Come back and tell me what this book is about. Go home. 2 days later, I'm back in his office. "I know good and well you didn't read that book in 2 days. He's just going off. And I'm just standing there. I said, "I've read the book, the entire book. Tell him what the book is about. Tell him what I like about the book. Tell him how I can relate to the story and how I think that story can help others." He sits back in his desk, leans back in his chair, folds his arm, nods his head. "Have a seat." This is what he tells me, "Have a seat." And I'm thinking, wow, because I only read 2 books, I'm able to sit down. You know what I mean? And it wasn't about the fact that I read 2 books. It was about the fact that I was hungry. It was about the fact that I did what nobody else did. It was the fact that I wanted it. And I was willing to pay the price. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. I did it. This man talked to me. And he was like a father figure to me. Took me up under his arms, up under his wings. Because I showed him that I was willing to do what it took. And that was to get outside of my comfort zone. That was to grow. I didn't like reading books. I thought reading books was for squares. I thought that was for punks. I thought that was for lames. I thought that's what girls do. My little sister she was the book reader. She was the avid book reader. That wasn't me. Man, I never read no books in school. Man, I'll get cliff notes, man. And I would read like maybe the first 2-3 chapters, man, the first few pages, a few pages in the middle of the book, a few pages at the end of the book. Man, then I bullshitted the rest of the way. You know what I mean? But I always got A's on it because I was great at bullshitting. Just because I read a few pages. So many of us, we've mastered the art of bullshit. We've mastered the art of bullshitting our way through life. We're great at it. We're so great at bullshitting, we've bullshitted ourselves. We've bought our own hype. And all you do when you bullshit your way through life is cheat yourself and cheat those that you came here to help. You cheat yourself. You do yourself a disservice. You do those that are around you a disservice because you can't give them what you came here to give them. You can't be all that you came here to be. You're a fraud. You're a cheat. You're a liar. You're a deceiver. It is what it is. So as I became a Mason, because of who I was, and what I mean who I was, man, the breeze is picking up. Man, I put the work in. I put the work in. I wanted to learn. I wanted to grow. Man, I moved up quick. Most people become master masons and they stay in the 3rd degree. There's 33 levels in masons. And I moved up to 32nd degree quick. There are certain restrictions as far as being a 33rd. I didn't meet those requirements at that time. There was an age requirement, nowhere close to that age requirement. But I moved all the way up to the 32nd. Man, why am I sharing that? It's all good. It's all good. There's so many people that have so much negativity to say about Master Masons, and they don't know the first thing they're talking about. And it is what it is. I'm not here making this video to defend Masons, the fraternity. I'm not here defending anything. I'm here sharing experience of my life, part of my life, part of my story. The Mason organization don't need me to defend it. It is what it is. I'm sharing this because, family, we have to grow up. We have to grow up. I'm asked probably in the comment section, probably in every video, am I a Mason? Yes, I'm a Mason, a Master Mason. I'm a proud Master Mason. I've been one since 1993. I'll be one till I die. Ain't nothing you could tell me about the Mason organization that I don't know. And it's crazy because most of the people that ask me that, they're in their early 20s. Man, I've been a Mason longer than you've been alive. How the hell are you going to tell me about an organization that I'm a part of? And you're not. Everything you see, everything you hear off the internet. You can't believe all the crap you hear off the internet. You can't believe all the crap you see on TV. And if you do, okay, it is what it is. You ignorant for that. You're ignorant for that. You have to grow up. Family, we got to stop being so damn self-righteous and judgmental. Just because somebody don't think the way you think, just because somebody ain't a part of something that you're a part of, man, we want to criticize everybody because they ain't living life the way we live life. Because you're not part of this religious organization, because you're not part of this political organization, because you're not a conservative, because you're not a Democrat, because you're not a Republican, and all this other stupid shit. Grow the fuck up. Oh, you're not a Christian. You're not Seventh-day Adventist. Oh, you're not Baptist. Oh, you're not Pentecostal. Oh, you're not apostolic. Oh, you don't baptize in the name of Jesus. Oh, you don't baptize in the name of the Father, Son, Holy. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Grow up. Grow up. We're so quick at judging everybody. We're so quick at just judging a book by its cover. Because one person may have done something bad, we want to put everybody in that group, everybody in that affiliation, and say everybody that does this, everybody that's a part of that, they're bad. No, you're fucking ignorant, and you need to grow the hell up. You need to grow the hell up. Who are you to think that you have the right to judge other people when you ain't lived their life? You ain't walked the path that they walked. You ain't experienced the shit that they've experienced. What makes you think you're God Almighty to rain down your judgment and your condemnation on the world? Because they're walking their path. Grow up. Why am I talking about being a Mason? Man, I've learned so much about life being a Mason. So much about life. Man, I wouldn't change a damn thing about my life. Nothing. Man, seeing my mom murdered, being molested, going through all the hell that I've gone through, being a Mason, I wouldn't change nothing about my life. I wouldn't change anything about my life. Anything. At all. And the crazy thing is, I hear all these people that's so against the Mason organization, the fraternity. And family, if I could share a secret with y'all. A lot of the stuff that I share with y'all, a lot of the knowledge and the wisdom that I share with y'all, I learned from being a Mason. I learned from being an avid Mason who done the research, who's done his homework, who's put in the work. And so when I get on it and I'm sharing stuff from with you guys about life and about my experiences, man, I'm sharing a lot of stuff that I've learned from being a Mason. My way of thinking, my philosophy, I've learned from being a Mason. I don't tell you, oh, this is in this book and this is in this book, and I don't tell you any of that stuff. I just share life experiences with you. I share my life experiences with you. And I pull from Christianity, I pull from Islam, I pull from Buddhism, I pull from Confucius, I pull from Taoism, I pull from all these different things. Why? Because there's wisdom, there's knowledge in all of these things. There's bullshit too, but the bullshit is not just in the thoughts, the bullshit is in the people. The bullshit is the people. Just because people are corrupt, just because people are bad, don't make these things bad. I'm not I'm not about religion. I'm not about organized religion. I don't have anything to do with organized religion. I don't give a crap about politics. I don't. My politics, I want to be left the hell alone. That's my only stance in politics. Leave me the hell alone. As long as I'm not violating any stupid laws, leave me the hell alone. Let me live my life. There's good things in all these things. And I believe that all of these things came about because people had good intentions. But because people are flawed, it makes these things, quote unquote, appear to be flawed. Because some guys have been flawed, imperfect, because they haven't dealt with all of their issues, just like you, that's given the Masonic fraternity a quote unquote bad reputation. Because some guys haven't dealt with their issues and they've done some stupid things. Those guys are no different from you and I. There's not one of us that's perfect. Same thing in Christianity. I hear people talk about, man, all these pastors are scam artists. They're rip-off artists. Man, they're human. Just like you. Just like me. They got unresolved issues just like we do. Who the hell are you to judge them? Yeah, I know a lot of Christians are self-righteous and always judging other people. Putting everybody in hell. I know that. I get that. But just because they're self-righteous, just because they're judgmental, don't mean you got to be self-righteous and judgmental. Grow the hell up. You're so against all these people, not realizing you're just like them. You just don't have the title. You just don't have the badge. You know, I'm not a Christian, but I'm... You're just like them. You're just like them. You're just as self-righteous. You're just as narcissistic. You're just as judgmental. Grow the hell up. I see so many vegans, and there's so many other groups now that, you know, that vegetarians and these other groups that, man, they look down on people that eat meat. I don't give a fuck. Grow up. You're just as judgmental as these Christians you can't stand. You're just as self-righteous and narcissistic and arrogant as these Christians and all these other people that you seem to can't stand. Grow the hell up. Family, we have to stop being so judgmental. We have to stop being so self-righteous. We have to stop looking down on everybody else and thinking that, man, because they don't do what I want them to do, man, they're wrong. Who the hell are you? What are you doing? How are you making the world better? If you're not doing a damn thing to make the world better, shut the fuck up about what everybody else is doing. There's so many people that ain't doing shit but want to be a fucking warrior on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, and all these other platforms, YouTube platforms. They ain't doing a damn thing in life, ain't doing nothing constructive. Not a damn thing. Ain't helping nobody. But they want to get on and complain and condemn everybody else for what they doing. For trying to make a difference. Family, you can always have those type of haters. You can always have those type of self-righteous people. It is what it is. Let your light shine. Let your light shine. Do you. Spread the love that you came to spread. Spread the joy that you came to spread. Help those heal that you came to help heal. Understand that you're going to have haters. You're going to have all these other people trying to condemn you, trying to put you down, trying to put you in a box and all this other stupid stuff, slander you and everything else. Man, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's all right. That's the path that they're on. That's the journey that they came to live. Don't become judgmental of them. Allow them to live their life, however chaotic they want to live it. However judgmental they want to live it. Be you. Do what you came here to do. And in the end, it is what it is. It is what it is. Man, family, it's almost 30 minutes in this video and I'm like frozen to my bones. Man, I love you guys. I love you guys. This video doesn't look like it's clear, the great quality or anything like that. It looks like it's blurry or whatever, but man, I hope it comes out across good. It is what it is. Happy healing. I love you guys. Peace.